Alright, here we go. Welcome once again to another benchside pop-up. We'll give it a few moments, see if we can't attract a couple of fish to swim on in and watch along. This is a Sea Deucer. I'm working on a few saltwater patterns. And let's see if we can get a good angle at this. There we go. See if we can get that camera to hold steady. How's everybody doing? Let's check in on the chat. Let's see what we got going on. Show chat messages. We are in session. What do you guys think? This looks like a lot of fun. The Sea Deucer. Let's go ahead and tie a couple up. You betcha. Moonlit ML091. This is the tube fly hook. This is a 2-aught. Just a little bit. Sorry about that bouncing around. I think we'll have to just leave it at that. Alright, let's go ahead and remove our sample. And we can secure our hook firmly in our vise. How's the music? Is that too loud? Just annoying enough? We're still trying to hone in on our new audio situation here. Alright. I'm going to add some weight first. This is, I believe it's 0.035. We're going to add some Chunky Monkey. Good, good, good. How you doing, Colin? Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. This is the second of the beginning of a new, just kind of a pop-up series where, I don't know, as the spirit moves me, we'll just be jumping in and tying some flies. Alright, 210 denier, Danville's flat wax thread. Start this up front. We need some weight here, that's for sure. Alright, volume is fine. Good. Relaxing music. One of the obstacles you have to overcome on YouTube is you have to appease the copyright gods. And one of the things that I've recently discovered is a app on iTunes that it's basically Muzak. I just got tons and tons and tons and hours of nothing but copyright-free music to radio station style, I don't know. Alright, I'm going to secure this in. I got some Flex Seal here. And we're just going to add a little dab of Gluya. Let that soak into that just for a hot second. And we'll just go back and forth working our thread over this lead. Hey Mary, welcome. You'll be able to watch it later, but thanks for tuning in. Here we go. Really beef that up. Spin our thread, flatten that out. Here we go. Alright. There is... I think the light's just a little too hot. We need it. Alright, so there we go. Next step will be to add our tail, and for our tail, I've got some white saddle hackle. And we're going to pluck out 1, 2, 3, 4 for our tail. Got some good length. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we got our 4 hackle feathers. I'm going to marry 2 of them up, line up the tips. And we want to go out about a hook's length, thereabouts. So that's where we'll trim. I got these 2 feathers, they're married up. And whales, welcome. Welcome, whales. Alright, now before I tie... That's not chill. Let's do another one. We're going to build up a little bit of a bump back here before we tie in our hackle feathers for our tail. Just a little bit of a bump. And we're going to tie these 2 inside out. So they're going to curve and splay out. I'm going to tie that on the near side of the hook. I think that'll work. Alright, there's 1/2. We'll marry up the other 2 hackle feathers, line up the tips, and it's right about where we need it. Go ahead and trim off the excess, get rid of that down feather fluff and junk. And we'll do our little anchor point notch. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I've kind of been on a kind of a lefty kick ever since he's passed. You know, I did those articulated deceivers not too long ago. I just published a video of the cockroach fly. I'm not entirely satisfied with the way that came out. So guess what? This is what we do. If you're not happy with the way it's turning out, we do reserve the right to untie and retie as many times as it takes. It just wasn't sitting in there. Not quite like how I liked it. There we go. That's a little bit better. And we'll do that to the other side. Here we go. That's a little more like it. A little bit of flare left and right. Alright, let's go ahead and set those off to the side. Take a sip of coffee. So yeah, these bench side pop-ups, things are a little informal. We're not really focusing too much on any one thing in particular. It's just an opportunity for me to sit at my bench, tie some flies, and share with you guys and gals what's going on. And it also gives you an opportunity to, I don't know, check in, see what's going on. Alright, so that's our tail. We did a saddle hackle, and I'm going to switch it up to a neck hackle, a cape. And these feathers are a little bit longer, which is what I'm after. I can get a little bit more Oh yeah, that's how you comment. All you gotta do is scroll down. If you would like to leave a comment, just scroll down past all the suggested videos if you're on a phone, and leave a comment. Alright. Nice, big, bushy. Look at that goodness. That's what I'm talking about. Put our glasses back on. Had to take my sweatshirt off. It was getting a little warm down here in the basement. Actually, I decided on this last one, something that I wanted to do, and that was to add some silver wire. Because that's gonna give me a little bit of an added insurance policy. We're just gonna tie that in now. because at the end I'm going to go and run the silver wire through everything. And that'll just give us a little bit extended life, I hope, on the fly. So let's go ahead and tie this in at the rear. So I've got multiple hackle feathers just kind of standing by because we're definitely not going to be able to cover this whole fly with just this one feather. Because what we're going to do is we're actually going to wrap these in pretty close to each other. And this will just kind of cover that first little chunk up to that lead. Once we get to that lead, things really start to get busy for us. Alright, so that's our first one. We'll get our thread a little bit closer and tie that off. A couple of wraps, that's all it's going to take because we're going to come through and add more. More? Yes, more. And we'll just keep tying our little anchor points. And tying in our feathers. Bump our thread forward, get it out of the way. And we're just going to keep working this from the rear to the front. How about it? There we go, I think that'll work. Smallmouth on a sea deucer. What color pattern? Any favorite flavor? Any local flavor you'd like to add on this? Oh, I saw a question pop up. Let me double check. Let's see. If someone asked me to tie flies... Wait. Okay, if someone asked you to tie flies with material you've always wanted to, what would it be? As a side note, I know some great companies. I don't like whiting hackle because they're too small. Haha. You know, I'm a frugal fly tyer. Name brands really don't mean much to me. If I were to tie with a material, oh gosh, I don't know. Gosh, that's a good question. I mean, I guess some people would snap to and say, oh, polar bear. Well, that's just because here in the United States it's illegal to have, unless you've gone through a whole bunch of proper channels and whatnot. This hackle was given to me from a friend from Norway. I'm not 100% certain where it was originally sourced from. But, you know, I like supporting small local companies. I got a buddy down in Pennsylvania that's really fond of Seidling hackle. Seidling hackle. Yeah, Seidling hackle. I've messed around with that a little bit. That's some good stuff. I mean, hackle's hackle. I mean, then again, not all hackle's equal, as we know. I don't know, I think it would be fun. Actually, what I would really like to get in is some material to tie what am I thinking? Some fancy flies, some salmon patterns. That's what I would like. Blue and white. Okay, blue and white on the... I think I will have to keep one of these for myself. I'm tying these up for a friend to go hit the waters out in the West Coast. but I think I'll have to maybe tie a little bit smaller of one for myself. Maybe not a 2/0. And again, a 2/0, you know, catch a nice solid bass on that. Don't want to space out my wraps too far. If I need to, I'll just add another feather. Grab another hackle. I think that'll take us right to where we want it. You know, this is big enough. You got plenty of room. I'm not even bothering with hackle pliers. I got them right here. They're at the ready. See? Hackle pliers. But big enough feather, big enough fly, plenty of room, plenty of real estate. Alright. I think we're doing good. Nice little taper. So there's the white. Yeah, boy. Now let's get some red. Got a red saddle. Ooh, this looks like a good one. Let's take this one. Nice and big. Yeah, let's put that on the hackle gauge. Yeah, right. Jumbo. Alright, let's go ahead, trim that, and our little anchor point going in. Alright, let's get our red hackle in. And we'll use our hackle pliers. Fine. We're up towards the front. Before I go rushing out and buying any more hackle, I've got plenty I gotta use up. Really fill that in. I might even add another hackle in there. Nah, we'll leave it. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and I'll just, where'd my, there it is. We're going to work our wire through there, and this is just a little added insurance policy. I want to just, you know what, I'm just going to wrap it. Yeah, maybe I should spend a little bit more time on that. Where is my little brush? Where is my brush? Here's my little brush. Here's one of them. Here's the other one. I should have a third. Where'd my third go? Boy, if that wasn't a pain in the butt. Alright, let's go ahead and trim off our... I don't know if I like that wire going through there. I think it just ends up trapping a lot more than I would really like. And again, we can always just take a second and pick it out. Yeah, we'll do that. I think maybe the next one will add a little bit more red hackle up top, up front. Alright. Hide that. And one more kiss of red. One kiss of red for the whip finish. Alright, so that was our first go at it. Or actually our second go, and I don't know if I like it with the wire in there or not. I know it's gonna increase the life of this fly just a little bit, but I think it might add just a little bit too much restriction. Well, let's just take a second, pick it all out. Yeah, the UV's coming out today, Jimmy. At some point. I'm chomping at the bit too. I am really looking forward to getting my hands on some of the bigger bottles. And for non-UV purposes, this is it right here, Jimmy. As far as actual fly tying stuff, yeah, you can always get away with some secret sauce. Always get away with some Sally Hansen's, but I'm really enjoying this Flex Seal. Super easy to work with. Let's do another one. What do you guys think? So Sideling Hill, Root River Hackle, as far as Steelhead Caddis Fly Shop is the way to go. Canadian Tube Flies has some good hackle. Yeah. I really like the short shank wide gap. I think a lot of the strikes happen closer towards the front, but then again, you know, I'm all over the place really, because we've got, this is a 2-aught. You know, there's the tips of the hooks, you know, compared to where the eyes are. I'm all over the place. I mean, so there's the hook on that one, there's the hook on that. You tell me. I like my hooks a little all over the place. Alright, let's go ahead and do another one. You know, I guess, here's another comparison. So it's not a 2-aught, this is a 1-aught, but this is a Mustad. This is a difference. This is a 1-aught, this is a Mustad 3407 DT. So just look at the difference in that hook. we're going for big fish out here, so I mean I could almost fit the eye. And that's another thing I like about these hooks is just look at the comparison on the eye. And it's barbless. So, you know, it's all relative, my friends. It's all relative. Okay, yeah, so here's an apples for apples. These are both technically the same size hook. This is a Mustad 3306 BR. Those are both technically 2-aught hooks. And that should be measuring the gap in between, so. And look at the wire gauge. And it's barbless. Have I mentioned that? Alright, let's get our weight on. We'll do that with some counter wraps. And I do these counter wraps on purpose. I like to wrap my lead this way. As you will see when I secure it down with my thread, how I like to do it. I like to start up front and I'll work my way through. So the tag end is actually kind of lacing in between or over top, and the thread itself continues on the journey towards the rear end. That's the method of my madness on that. So you know there. Alright, we need to insurance policy on this lead. We'll soak some juice in there. And we'll just work our way back and forth. Giving ourselves a nice... I really want to fill or cover all the gaps. That way when I palmer my hackle forward, it doesn't get caught in between. So you can see how that head cement really saturates and soaks through. So I know I'm getting a good solid coverage here. Alright, we're going to do our wire again. Wait a minute, I wanted to do the wire after the tail. After I tie in that tail, yep. Alright, we'll take our thread to the rear and build a little bump. This will help flare our tail out. It's hackle time. We'll get our saddle hackle. We'll go for 4. Well, let's pick out over on this side. There's a 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to partner these up. We're going to marry these up. Keep our tips aligned. And I want these to flare out, so I'm going to tie the shiny side out. So that's 2 feathers. Trying to get that rotated just right. Here we go. That's the near side. Partner up these feathers. Line up the tips. And trim off the fluff. Bye-bye. Put that in the trash. A little high and tight. Can I put a... I don't know where it's easily accessible other than to my left. But it is the Flumonster Bisculen, which, from what I understand, translates to the Flytine Encyclopedia. Here, this is what we'll do. We'll flip this over and let you get a good shot of that ISBN. ISBN is 978-82-76434-35-4. That'll be probably the best way to look up and find this book out on the interwebs somewhere. I keep that right next to my benchside reference. One of my 2 favorite books. You betcha, Colin. I know when I was working through that series, a couple other people asked if I knew where to find it, and I didn't. And I really don't think I heard anything back from anybody, whether they were able to source it or not. We'll tie in this wire. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't want to do the wire. I was done with that. That was a little added insurance policy step that I was thinking I wanted to throw in there, but I'm deciding against it. Keep it simple, stupid, AA Ron. Alright, here we go, one more time. Check your watches. It's hackle time. Alright, we're going to go with our neck hackle this time. Not our neck, but from our cape. I guess technically it would be a neck. Neck or a cape. We're going for the big stuff. I'll just pluck a couple of these out. I really want to fill this up. I really want to go nice and dense. Sparse as narse. Not with this one. Oh, that's gangly. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, here we go. That'll cover the back end fairly well. We'll just take a pinch on that. I guess since these are all more or less getting tied in independently in small little sections, if one were to come completely undone, it would not kill or ruin the fly. It would still be more than fishable. So we'll just keep working these in as we move forward. We'll just, if you run out of feather, tie another one in. Oh, that one broke off. It didn't want to play. Nobody wants to play with me. Alright, let's take a pause, sip of coffee. There we go. Alright, another feather. We'll just keep stacking them in. I'm going to try to go nice and super dense, super full with this. I don't want to... I don't know. Pack it in, pack it in. Let me begin. Sometimes you just gotta bump the thread, get it out of the way. Here we go. And I will very likely be putting out a fast forward and a step-by-step video for this pattern. This one's just too fun to pass up. Alright, another feather. Yay! So if anybody has any friends here in the central Minnesota region, or if anybody's watching from the central Minnesota area, I'd like to extend a personal invitation out to the Beaver Island Brewery coming up not this Thursday, but next week Thursday. On the 12th, we are having another open fly tying session. Study hall, if you will. Yeah, this one's a little bit shorter. I'll fill it in though. Where'd my hackle pliers go? We're going to do one more white one in there. Oh, one more, where'd we go? Here's our neck. Here we go. Ah, we lost it. That's all right. On the brink of a catastrophic failure here. There we go. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's get our red on. I have two ready. I'm going to do two of these. In fact, we're going to partner these up. We're just going to tie these both in at the same time. Alright, the world's telling me one at a time. Cool, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sharing is one of the best compliments you can pay, so I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Because we're going to be doing this, I don't know, more often than not, I think. Just jumping on and... You know, I really like jumping on and doing live streams. You know, it's not necessarily a super big, huge deal, but it's just a way for me to share what I'm doing with the world, and I don't know, it's better than taking pictures of food. Better than looking at baby pictures. Oh, that's terrible. That one's got to go. Alright, a little bit of red thread. Yeah, what I like about YouTube is I got a lot more control over the camera, at least on where I zoom into. You know, with some of the other social media programs, you don't get the control. You don't actually get to focus or zoom your camera where you want it as easily. And also here on YouTube, I have the ability to save it for future reference. Oh, that one just failed. It popped down there. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Alright, little dab of glue, yeah, and that'll be good. the Seducer. That's the Seducer. Alright. I don't know what's going on. We keep losing our connection. It's a nice, beautiful, sunny day out. But alright, I think we just might leave it at that. If the internet's going to start acting up on me, we might just take a pause for the cause. And go from there. Alright, well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Be sure to check out the 2 different playlists. I actually have multiple playlists. Fast forwards, step by step, tie of the week lives, and now we are getting going on our benchside pop-ups. So thanks for tuning in on this pop-up. I'd like to wish everybody a happy